there's one word to sum up Playground Games Forza Horizon 2, bliss would probably be the most accurate. Horizon 2 on Xbox One, unlike its Xbox 360 little brother, is a very different beast. Whilst the 360 version holds to the solid 30 FPS of its big brother, it lacks its fidelity and a lot of its key features. The first of these is tuning, a new addition to the Horizon brand, but not something unfamiliar to Forza lovers around the world. Whilst the tuning on Horizon 2 is not as deep as Forza Motorsport 5, it does go deep enough and has enough options to satisfy even the most hardened race fanatic, despite the game being an arcade racer. The first thing to notice is how smooth it is. Running at a native 1080p and locked 30 FPS, the sheer fluidity is certainly the first thing that will grab your attention. Even during full races with roadside debris flying about and weather effects going off, the game just runs lock smooth. It's a great testament to Playground, who, while not being owned by Microsoft, have a great dedication for what they do. It's no surprise that Horizon 2 turned out to be as good as it did. The first game from Microsoft's new brand made it clear that despite slow sales, this line was here to stay. Horizon 2 breaks away from its predecessor's North American landscape and bursts into the countryside of northern Italy and southern France, replacing the Colorado mountain roads with even more open road. Fields, vineyards, winding stairways and towns was a wise choice. Although some may argue over the setting, it's here where I really felt at home. Tearing a classic Magnum PI style 1984 Ferrari GTO around the roads of Italy and tearing along the coastline to Nice is such a joy that I could spend hours just pacing up and down the same road. Horizon 2 gets that all-important handling absolutely perfect. Not as deep as Forza 5, but not shallow either. There is a real consensus here that fun and quick pick up and play is the order of the day, whilst leaving enough for those that wish to dig deeper. That's not to say that it's all arcade, it's not. On the off-road sections in particular, it can be challenging, and losing it always feels a touch away. Driving along dirt tracks, open fields, vineyards, small forests and farms, the off-road is bliss. You can feel the dirt under each tyre as you pummel your way across country. It just feels good. On road, the handling is slick, and depending on your car settings and skill, you can pull some serious speed on the motorways. The single player career, which centres around the Horizon Festival, is structured well, but over time becomes a little tedious. Each festival event sees the player embarking on a road trip to the centre location before choosing from a range of championships to compete in. Championships usually consist of a cross-country race, a lap race, a point-to-point race and a sprint race, but in the end repeat a similar cycle throughout. This is fine for a while, however after multiple championships can become tiresome. Thanks to the drive avatars and a mix of events and championships, this structure flaw is somewhat countered, but not entirely. Bonus XP boards dotted around the map, bucket lists, speed traps and barn finds all give extra diversion to distract the player, while showcases pepper in a little of the over the top. On top of that, the car photography collection and on the spot challenges add the sense of a living game. With the single player and multiplayer being almost seamless, it's quite an impressive array of activities to get stuck into. Dynamic day-night cycle and weather all add in a sense of wanting to explore the huge map under the sun, rain or darkness. The showcases which first show up during the career see a pitted car versus beast, so to speak. The first being versus a squadron of jets as you career and wind down the narrow streets of a quiet coastal town in a supercar. It's frankly magnificent, and the remaining 4 showcases will leave you wanting more of this action. The multiplayer is the area that sees most of the problems here, and while not being poor by any means, it certainly needs some rethinking. Easily accessible from the single player, perhaps my complaints in this area are mainly down to my wanting to play with all the settings off and full damage. Playing with full damage in multiplayer sessions, however, is simply futile, as at least half the field usually tries some kind of side swipe, rear end or T-bone action that just makes the race redundant. Even in team races of red versus blue, you'll find some of your teammates can mess up your race. But really that's a symptom of player attitude rather than the game itself. A few options here might have been a nice addition, however, this is something that plagues every racing game out there. But there's more than just out and out races on offer. Games like Virus in much more remote areas of the map can actually be a whole bunch of fun, and the online road trips can throw up some vicious shenanigans. Despite its flaws, online does still have some good racing to offer, especially arranged sessions with your friends or clubmates. And while we're on the subject of clubmates, the car club feature, which can allow up to 1,000 members at any one time, is a nice touch but one that ultimately doesn't go quite far enough. Anna, your in-game navigator, is a nice addition that makes good use of voice commands to set down markers to events, showcases, car meets, and is a little icing on a very sweet cake. Car meets are a nice way to show off your cars to other players and are a nice way of checking out player-owned cars, buy, grab liveries, and even tuning setups, and even set up online sessions. Music comes via way of several radio stations, including DJs who talk about certain events going on in the game. The music is not going to be to everyone's taste, but here's a recommendation to try. Switch on the classical music channel while doing the Trains in Vain showcase. Pure bliss. Then you have the Forza standards, the photo options, the replay suite. It's all in there. As far as setups and wheels are concerned, personally I play with the controller, all settings off with manual gears, but automatic clutch. I just cannot do manual clutch on the controller. But if you're looking into getting a wheel, and I would highly recommend you do, you can check out some of Cornwolf's videos, which are in the description below, and give some great advice on setting up and just how good the experience can be. Overall, Forza Horizon 2 is a game for racing fans not to miss on Xbox One. It's just that good, there's no doubt about it. 9 out of 10. I've been Vinyl Spinners, thank you for watching this review. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment down below, and don't forget to check us out on our other channels, which are on the video at the end and in the description below. Take care.